God, that was loud. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going through every number one pick throughout the 2010s, and I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best. I'm not going to go into stats and all that stuff, but I am going to be going into career success, such as Pro Bowls, All Pros, Super Bowl appearances, potential Super Bowl wins, miscellaneous NFL records, shit like that. But we're going to get into the video though. If you guys are new to the channel, you do want to see some more videos like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And with that said, let's get right into it. Starting out at number 10, we have Sam Bradford. Now, Bradford isn't a bust because he was a bad player. He was just sort of a bust because of injuries. He never really got a fair shot to really do anything. He had no Pro Bowls, no All Pros, no playoff appearances, and he only played 14 or more games in 4 out of 9 of his pro seasons. He was the 2010 Offensive Player of the Year, and he did make a lot of money with deals with the Eagles, with the Vikings, with the Cardinals, but he was never able to really show himself due to all of his injuries.
Hey, yo!
It's very much so like a Greg Oden situation, and it's unfortunate. Number 9, Jameis Winston. I do think this can change over time, but Jameis Winston is one of the biggest memes in the NFL. He has no All-Pros. He does have 1 Pro Bowl under his belt, and that was during his rookie year, to be fair. No playoff appearances, and he's the first player in NFL history to record 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a single season. There's still plenty of time for Winston to bounce back as he is 27 years old and is expected to be a starting quarterback next season. Where? We don't know, but there is time for him to bounce back. And I think he will. He really impressed me in New Orleans. I really think he'll be able to bounce back. Number 8, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has not done a whole lot in his NFL career, at least not achievement-wise, but he has done a decent amount in terms of impact. He has the second most touchdowns thrown by a rookie. For a while, he had the number 1 spot, but then Justin Herbert took it over. He doesn't have any Pro Bowls or All Pros, but he does have 1 playoff appearance, and he helped Cleveland win their first playoff game since 1994. He has been very inconsistent throughout his career in terms of being able to keep up his level of play. His first year in the league, he was fantastic. His second year, he had a 20-20 season. His third year, he was fantastic. His fourth year, he was not great, but also people forget he was injured. And I know people say, oh, well, it wasn't to his throwing arm. Well, yeah, you still feel the pain when you have to twist and turn and do all this shit with your arms and your body. And that wasn't even the only injury he had. This is Baker Mayfield's last shot, in my opinion, of proving that he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I personally hope he does because I do think he's a fantastic talent. Fantastic was a big overstatement, but, only time will tell. Number 7, Eric Fisher. Eric Fisher is one of the few offensive lines who have actually been taken with the number 1 overall pick, and he is the most recent one too. This was back in 2013, and while he is not likely in a Hall of Fame category type player, he has carved out a pretty solid career for himself. 2-time Pro Bowler. He has had 6 playoff appearances, including a Super Bowl where he won the championship in 2019. In fact, he is the only player on this list who has won a Super Bowl. He's currently with the Colts after spending his entire career with the Chiefs, and he's still going. He's still making money doing his thing, so good for him. Number 6, Jared Goff. I've felt that Jared Goff has been very overhated for years. Goff was taken in the 2016 draft class where Carson Wentz was taken right after him, and whether it's in a good way or a bad way, I really can't tell who's better between the two, but Goff has carved out a pretty solid career. 2 Pro Bowls, 3 playoff appearances, and the Rams were the runner-up in the 2018 Super Bowl. He was shipped out of LA last year in the trade to bring Matt Stafford to the Rams. He went to the Lions, and he didn't even perform terribly. I think he surrounded him with some more weapons. I think they could actually do something in Detroit because they have a decent O-line. Get some pieces on defense. Detroit could be a sneaky team. Who knows? But yeah, there's still plenty of time for Jared Goff, though, to turn things around. Number 5, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was a very hard player to place, but I did just go off of the quality, even though he did have a very short career. He was drafted in 2012 and retired in 2019. 4 Pro Bowl appearances, 4 playoff appearances. He was the 2018 Comeback Player of the Year, and he led the NFL in passing touchdowns in 2014 with 40. He's considered by many as one of the greatest NFL players to ever retire in his prime. Shows his impact too. Colts are struggling mightily to find a quarterback ever since Luck retired. Started with Jacoby Brissett, continued with Phillip Rivers, continued with Carson Wentz, and it looks like they're going to have another quarterback this year. Kind of shows like the impact that this man has had on an entire franchise, even though he hasn't played in 3 seasons. Number 4, Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney is ahead over Andrew Luck due to his longevity. He had 3 playoff appearances, 3 Pro Bowls, and 1 All-Pro, and he would have had more playoff appearances under his belt if he wasn't injured. Spent a lot of his career with the Texans, then went to the Seahawks, and then the next year bounced to the Titans and played half the year, and then the next year bounced to Cleveland. Clowney is a very valuable player, especially as he is getting older. I feel like any contender would be lucky to have him. And I feel like a contender will pick him up, like a legitimate contender, not like a Seattle, where like they have a great offense, but their defense is just dog shit. Number 3, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was another hard one to rank, considering he was only drafted 3 years ago. But he has accomplished a decent amount. He was the 2019 Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has been in 2 Pro Bowls. I know he was in 1. I didn't know he was in 2, though. He led the Cardinals to their first playoff appearance in years. It was in disappointing fashion, and Kyler did kind of choke, but it was also his first playoff game, so, you know, cut him some slack. Kyler was an MVP conversation for the majority of this year until he got hurt. Cardinals started out 8-0, and Kyler was having an excellent season. Next season, I would expect Kyler Murray to be in the same boat, hopefully without the injuries, but Cardinals made a very, very good pick with this one. Number 2, Myles Garrett. Garrett was drafted first overall by the Browns in 2017, and what an impact he has made. 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. It's only been 1 playoff appearance, but same with Baker Mayfield. He helped lead Cleveland to their first playoff win in 26 years. This season, he also broke the Browns franchise record in sacks in a season with 16. Garrett is a top 5 defensive player in the NFL, hands down. And he's still very young. He's only 27 years old, I believe. He's going to be dominant for a very long time. That's why I have him at number 2. And number 1, Cam Newton. I don't really think this is a huge shocker if you look at all the names on the list. Cam Newton has by far accomplished the most. He won the MVP in 2015. He was the Offensive Player of the Year in 2015. He's had 4 playoff appearances, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro. He was a runner-up in the 2015 Super Bowl, and he has the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in NFL history with 75. A lot of people look at Cam Newton and they look at the last year and a half or so, and they look at the time in the Super Bowl when he choked, but people forget how dominant and how good Cam Newton was for that 4 or 5 year period. I'm not saying like he's underrated or anything like that. Peak Cam Newton was a very, very fun Cam Newton, a very, very fun player to watch. And Cam Newton paved the way not just for NFL players, which he definitely did. A lot of the play style nowadays is molded off of him, but also his impact on pop culture. Those are my rankings for the number 1 picks in the NFL draft for the 2010s. Let me know what you think down in the comments, if you would change anything, whatever. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you do enjoy and you want to see some more videos like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Once again, be sure to follow me on Twitch, by the way. Links down in the description or in the bio, whatever's easier. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.